Why you must go all in wholesaling real estate in 2024. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Ginn here.
And 2024 is fastly approaching. And this is going to be the time for you to go all in, for you to put all of your efforts into wholesaling houses to get rich. I don't say this lightly, but this is do or die time. This is time, the time for you to go all in wholesaling houses. This is an opportunity you're not going to have in 5 or 6 years. You know, everyone says, oh, I wish I could wholesale back in this time. That this is the golden era for wholesaling houses, where anybody who has no money at all that wants to go and make a quick 100 grand their first year, this is still the era for it. I can't guarantee the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years this is going to happen. There's going to be more wholesalers coming in. There's going to be more opportunities, trust me. But if you're a person right now trying to actually become successful, get rich, this is the time. There's no more waiting. There's no more sitting around. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, this is the time. And we're going to break down exactly why this is the time you must go all in and how exactly you can do it for wholesaling success. Guys, it is time to get rich. It's time to change your life. And we're going to break this all down today. So we're super excited. We're ready to go. And let's talk about it, right? This is the time to go all in on wholesaling houses.
Hands down. It's, back when I started in like 2003, I went through the exact same discussion we're having now. Like, is the timing right? Is it going to be good? And honestly, there's no better time than right now, because you're going to look back in 10, even 20 years. I'm on year 21, and it was probably the best decision, one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And if I didn't do it, I just would have kept doing thing after thing after thing. And honestly, after I got a year or two in the wholesaling act, everything opened up in my life. And I'm just telling you, you have to make the decision. If you're constantly sitting on the fence, let me ask you this. Do you think real estate's just going to get cheaper and cheaper every month, every year? It's not, guys. Listen, I started out buying $20,000, $30,000 houses. The average price in the United States is it's just above $400,000. It's constantly changing, but like, think about it. So, I'm not telling you to be a speculator, to buy retail. We're teaching you how to buy discounted houses today. You make cash today, and then you can grow and take advantage of the real estate market. Guys, now is the best time. And actually, absolutely, with high mortgage rates, a questionable economy, I'm telling you, wholesaling is here. Wholesaling is 100% legal. And honestly, it's the highest, best skill set you can learn in real estate investing. How do I know that? Fix and flippers can't do it. Realtors can't do it. Landlords can't do it. They always try to do what a wholesaler does. They don't have the guts. And number two, they don't have the skill set. It is the best skill set you can learn in your life, in my opinion.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about this. But before we do it, cue the intro, get it going, and let's get rich wholesaling houses. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it going. Let's break it down. Before we get it going, guys, I want to show you, love some great ones. Shout out to Chris here. Zach and Rick got my first deal last week, waiting for it to close. Shout out to Chris. Love seeing new wholesalers coming in here and crushing it, doing well. So let's talk about this. 2024. It's kind of scary. We are way closer to 2024 than we were at the beginning of 2023. But things are changing. And so you have to go all in, though. This is the time to do it, right? My time to go all in was 2017. For me to put bandit signs out to make 100 grand in high school, barely even really doing it, that was the time to do it. If I did that now, and I swear to everyone, I say this, if I did what I did in 2017 to make my first 100 grand now, I would probably not get there. I might got one deal at most, but probably not, honestly. And that's a scary thing to say. If heck, it's closer if you did what you did in your first year of wholesaling now, it'd be a lot tougher. And especially as a beginner, you might not been able to become successful, right? But you would have done other things. But I'm just saying, like, there's certain eras and times for you to go all in on it, and it pays off massively. And so a large portion of our successes has always been timing when starting out. And the timing is going to get worse for you the longer you wait, right? And so, like, this is, like, for everyone watching, this is the time to get into wholesaling, right? And if you're watching this right now and you're lucky enough, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, you're not married, you got no kids, right? Like,
I'm out.
You got no commitments, really. Maybe you don't have a dog or cat or something. And you kind of like, it's all you. That might seem like, oh, you're lonely. No, this is perfect. Because this is where you can go all in on wholesaling, and you don't have to have that stress of, oh, if I don't get this going, the kids can't eat, right? The dog's going to not do well, right? Or that. You're chilling. And for the people that live with their parents or something like that,
Ramen noodles, man.
oh my gosh, like, this is perfect. Because you already live with your parents. If you screw up, you're still going to live with your parents. Your mom ain't going to hate you anymore. And so, like, there's no, like, I'm not calling it rock bottom, but, like, you can't go, the cool part about rock bottom is you can't go below that, right? And, I'm not saying do stupid stuff, but it's pretty cool. I'm just telling you, like, if you don't have any of these responsibilities and you're probably 17, 18, 19 years old, this is awesome. Because you can go all in on wholesaling, and really, if it doesn't work out, which it will if you work hard, you're going to be in the same spot, and you can always get a job or whatever if you have to. I don't like that, but I'm saying you can. And so we're talking about for anyone. You might have kids now watching this and be like, oh, what do I do? No. Hey. There's plenty of stuff to go all in, but this is it right now. I'm telling you, if you want to become successful, get rich in wholesaling. Let's talk about this and let's get into it. So there's about 7 reasons.
Let me just do a quick 2 points analogy. Number 1, everybody talks about, well, I want to wait till the real estate market gets a little bit better. The interest rates are off. Listen, timing any market, stock market, real estate market, I don't know, the used car market, like, you can only do it once. Like, think about it. So the really cool thing is, like, if you had 100 grand, you're sitting on the sideline waiting to put in the stock market, you're better off pulsing in, like, your money and, like, going all in and do it, because you're never going to time it. So in wholesaling, you don't even have to worry about timing the market, because you're buying on discounted values today. So you don't care about that. Number 2, when I first started wholesaling, I want you to understand this, is one of my keys to my success. Like, I kind of burned my bridges. Like, I was all in. I didn't have a choice. He was like 3. I had a big fat mortgage. I didn't have a lot of money. I had a new baby on the way, and I had a wife looking at me like, I hope you know what you're doing. So I know sometimes you guys feel like the weight of the world's on your shoulders, but the reality is you got to stop trying to do wholesaling. It's a hobby. It's never going to work. I want you to understand this. You have to go all in. So anybody on this stream that's done a cold immersion, it's not a fun feeling. Okay. And what happens if you try to dip your toe in? What happens? It's very uncomfortable, and it starts messing with your head. Like, why do I want to do it? Okay. I'm from Florida. We freak out when the pools are, like, colder than 82 degrees. Okay. We just dive in head first. So look at it as like a cold immersion. The only way it's going to work, and you get, because the benefits on the other side, it releases dopamine. It's natural. It helps inflammation, everything, but you got to go all in and do it. You are never going to get through it dipping your toe, your ankle, and then you get to your knee and go, I'll try it tomorrow. And then the anxiety builds worse. The anxiety is actually worse than wholesaling. So if you want to do wholesaling and you're thinking about doing the cold plunge, just go in, because your body is trying to tell your mind, I don't want to do this. But if you're in control of your mind, which is what we try to teach you here, which was one of the fundamentals, you have to tell your body what to do. If you have to make 300 calls, do it. Stop negotiating with yourself. So if you're struggling with wholesaling, go do a cold plunge. And if you're the type of person that won't go all the way in, you're going to have the exact same problem in wholesaling. And I want to give you a macro, like, understanding, because some of us were not conditioned mentally for us, and it's why we fail. There is no dipping your toes in. Anything you try, most likely, you're probably going to fail. If you make it a must, you have to do it. Let's face it. Why did you brush your teeth this morning? I made it a must. It's non-negotiable. I'm going to do it. I know the downside of doing it. So Guys, go all in, cold plunge all the way in, dipping your toes. It's painful, creates anxiety, and it will actually sabotage you if you don't do it. So just dive in.
Well, there's one thing about the cold plunge I love talking about. You talk about like that, and I agree. You go in there, it sucks. You have anxiety.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. A lot of you wholesalers, they see the cold plunge and they don't want to do it. But they only do it when they become so distraught. And what I mean by that, most wholesalers don't decide to go full in or all in until they just start going dead broke, till they run out of all their money, when they have no more options. And the only option is to go into wholesaling, right?
I did it at 33, guys.
That's the sad part. They wait until they're 15 years in a job and they're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. They think they can rush it out. And the analogy for that is there might be a cold plunge in front of you with ice and I'm so scared. Well, guess what? If I light your hair on fire, you're going to jump in that cold plunge, no problem. Did the cold plunge change? Did it change at all? Did it get cold? No, but my hair is now on fire and there's no water around me except for in the cold plunge. Well, I'm going to jump in that cold plunge because I value my hair and body not catching on fire more than the pain. The pain of being on fire is worse than the pain of cold water. And unfortunately, y'all are waiting until you're so broke, you get evicted, you go back to your mom or dad's basement till you can't feed your kids anymore, and then you want to start wholesaling. It's like, come on, what now you want to get into wholesaling? I'm telling you guys, don't wait till you get to that point. Go all in now. So let's break down exactly why you need to be going in.
And
right
everything
now.
you want is just on the other side of that cold plunge. Nobody does the cold plunge because they enjoy cold water. Nobody calls 300 people because they enjoy being rejected all day. But if you want financial freedom and you want freedom of your time, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. If you have chose wholesaling and you commit to me and Zach's theory here, our actual doing, there's no theory. It works. And by the way, wholesaling is probably the most proven entrepreneurial way to get started, to be on your own with absolutely no capital. It's never gone away. Don't buy into any of this crap. It's been around long before I started. It'll be around long after I'm gone. Wholesaling is proven and it works.
Let's break it all down. Let's get into it. So number one, 7 reasons you need to go all in on wholesaling. Number one, wholesaling will never be easier than today. What do I mean by that? That means today, as we are speaking, this is the easiest time in human history to get into wholesaling real estate. To make $100,000 in wholesaling, this right now today is the best, easiest time. Is it? Oh, he's just saying that he's biased. No. I ain't saying biased so I get more JV deals with you. I like that. But like, I'm saying that because if your name's Malik and you live in Libya right now, or Tanzania, or like some crazy country of like, that's just like not even possible to wholesale in that place, right? And you wanted to start doing this in 2002, 2003, like no way you would have done it. No way.
There was so
you would have stayed broke,
limits.
right? You would stay broke. That's your life. Oh, you have an accent? Ain't going to do well back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Demographics have changed in the United States, where when you talk to somebody with an accent, in 2002 is kind of the different. It's not a good time. 2005, 2006,
way back when.
But like, I'm just saying, like, people are a lot more. How can I say the word? Less accepting of if you were different. That's the best way I can put it. If you had an accent, it's a lot tougher to wholesale houses. Wouldn't you agree? In 2006 and is now.
Yeah.
People don't care as much anymore. I'm just being completely honest with you. And that's the United States in general. Now, the United States always has problems. I get you that. There's plenty to change. But that is one positive thing. And so if you have an accent right now, people care a lot less. And if you're that person, the reason why I say Tanzania is there's some wholesalers in Tanzania, in North Africa, basically, that are making quadruple the average salary of a doctor in the country. Because the average salary is like $5,000 a year. And they're making $100,000 a year there. And because they have an accent, and now because the time right now, the internet is as good as it's ever been in that country, and you have an accent, no one really cares. And because you have more access to the internet, you can learn English better. If you're a virtual wholesaler right now around the world or anywhere, this is the time. If you have an accent or you live outside the country, or like, this is the time. Let's say you lived in New York City in 2004. It's very difficult to get into virtual wholesaling in 2004. I'll tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult. No MLS access, none of these things. If you lived in Louisiana in 2004 and you didn't have MLS access in a non-disclosure state, you were screwed.
Here's how virtual wholesaling worked when I started out. You get in a car and go on a ridiculous road trip, or you got on a plane. That was virtual wholesaling.
Yeah.
You literally had to go to that market, camp out there for a few months, and then eventually you almost marry that market and you had to stay there 6 months to a year. Like, that's why nobody did it back then. It's like I look at now, what you guys got to understand is like what you think, oh, it's so hard now. I said the same thing in 2003 and 4. And I look back, I go, that was the greatest gift I ever gave myself. And you guys, I don't want you guys to go back in time and go, man, I was watching this live stream with Rick and Zach on YouTube. And I kind of doubted myself. 5-6 years went by and you're in the exact same spot. Make a decision. If you've chose wholesaling, you're in the right spot. I'm telling you guys, it's so funny. We always talk our parents' histories like, it was so easy for you back then. When they were doing it, it was brutally hard. And I thought it was brutally hard in 2003. Honestly, there was no information. And then we go to today. Is there more competition? Yeah, but there's more opportunity. Because of technology, you have the availability to connect with people like me and him. It's unmatched. It's crazy.
I agree. But I also mean that this is a two-sided thing. Yes, if you're in like virtual, like this is the best time ever. And so like this is why you need to go all in. Let me tell you another con though. We don't go in the past. The past is the past. We can't look back. You can't drive while looking behind you. It's not the right way to drive. You can't run by looking side by side on your competition behind you. No, you got to look straight, right? And so if I compare, I don't compare the past. I compare now to 2040, 2050, 2060, 2070.
Oh, yeah.
And I look from right now, or should I wait a little longer to get into wholesaling? Look at every single year. This is going to be the greatest time to wholesale houses or get into it if you're physically wholesaling too. There's been a phenomenon wholesaling, and I'm the only one that ever talks about it still. And it's kind of sad, crazy to think, but I know the trends. Wholesaling has doubled the past couple of years, and it has doubled the couple of years before that, and it will double in the next year. There's this new thing. I call them TikTok wholesalers. It's the only way to say it. But here's the problem. Wholesaling real estate is a product of its own success, and it's a demise for a lot of people too, because wholesaling real estate to this day, and I'll fight anyone on it, is the only, in the United States of America, the only side hustle, brah, where you can have zero money, zero experience. You can be any age, any gender. You can look like anyone. You can do anything you want, and you can go make $100,000 in a year. You can make $30,000 in a month with no money, no experience, straight up only from YouTube, from my free wholesaling course, stuff like that. There's not one other side hustle like that. There's only one other way you can do it, but that's illegal. You can't be doing that, right? You can rob banks, probably. It's another way you can do it, but you'll go to jail for that, right? So we're talking about legal ways to run up $30,000 in a month with no money, no experience, anything. Wholesaling houses is the only one. Go mention something else to me, ain't going to happen. Yeah, you could try to be a TikTok dancing influencer. The chance of you making $30,000 ain't going to be too well there. Okay. And so because of that, I would say a lot of kids, and I'm calling them kids. I'm 24, so I can call people kids now, right? You know, these 16-year-olds, they don't know what they're doing. They're 16, but they listen to me say drive for dollars, and they go in their car, they drive, they find an ugly house, they put a sticky note, and they end up making $30,000 in a month. What do you think a 16-year-old does with $30,000? I'm saying the vast majority of them. They buy the cool whip. They get that 5.0 Mustang. They get the cool watch.
Is the whip the car?
The whip is a car, yes.
I really...
They get the sick chain. They get the jewelry. They get iced out. They get their Givenchy gloves. They go crazy, get the glasses. They go nuts, right? And guess what they do? They want to flex on everyone, right? And then they get their phone and they say, oh, look, I just made $30,000, bro. And then they're flexing everything. And guess what happens? This is like it's like a sonar, you know. All the other 16-year-olds that want to get rich, they all buzz in on that. And guess what? It's like a Ponzi scheme. One 16-year-old makes $30,000, then all the other 16-year-olds come in and want to do it. And guess what happens? Now you got every 15-year-old boy who wants to get rich, who wants the Lamborghini. You know how many 16-year-old boys want Lamborghinis? All of them. Okay. All of them want to get rich. If I interviewed anyone in the high school, the males, they all want to get rich and they all want it quick. Okay. And they don't want to work hard. And wholesaling, unfortunately, is a process where you can't do that. And so wholesaling has grown like crazy because every young boy wants to get rich. I'm just being honest with you. What do you think I got in this for? Okay. And it's true. And so wholesaling has grown. And these 16-year-olds turn into 25, 26. They mature. They actually get good at wholesaling. Then they go from there. And so the wholesaling industry has grown like crazy. And it's going to continue to grow because you can go in here, walk in, and just make a ton of money. And that's a con in the next 10 years, because that means in 10 years from now, whatever market you have is going to be way more saturated. Way more I promise you, way more saturated. And so it's best for you to get rich now wholesaling, get a bunch of cash buyers, and then JV with those new wholesalers coming in 10 years versus you struggling to fight with them and be an established wholesaler now. So why do you need to go all in right now? Because I feel bad. I can't sleep at night not letting you know that, like, if you don't go now, there's going to be way more wholesalers. And guess what? Either you decide today, I'm going to go all in on wholesaling, or the dumb 15-year-old is going to do it, and he's going to make $100,000 this year. And that $100,000 that you probably could have used to feed your kids, pay the mortgage, all their bills, he's just going to get Cartier glasses and a sick Camaro. So either or, the money's going to get spent. Choose who's going to get rich, the dumb 15-year-old or you. Choose it. It's not an intelligence thing. It's who wants to work harder.
No, and like we're all brought up in the school system. I don't care if you're public and private. You were taught the smartest person is going to have the best financial destiny. It's the biggest lie you'll ever hear. Honestly, the smartest people will work for the people that take the most action and go all in. Don't believe me? Go ahead and do a check on it. Some of the wealthiest people I know, that they literally can't spell some words. And I'm not making an exception. Everybody should be educated, but no longer in wholesaling, we don't care what your degree is. You needed to get a degree in going all in and just being fearless in your action. And unfortunately, school system taught me the complete freaking opposite, other than sports. And that's why you have some sports, some people they can use the analogy of going all in and being competitive, and you can use that in wholesaling. But honestly, I fail a lot, guys. He fails a lot. You go to school, you're so fearful for failing something that you got to get good grades. The only way you truly learn is through failing. And the way we set up the school system, it doesn't do that. And you all told, wow, you get C's. Guys, I'm a flat C student, not a C plus, not a C minus. I'm a C student. Okay. But I have A plus people working for me. That's the difference.
Supposed to mean? I'm an A plus student, but that's
I'm just saying. I think you're one of the exceptions, but I was told at one point I was told maybe you need to go to special classes. And I'm just I learned differently than everybody else. And it drove me nuts. I struggled in college, guys. I asked a lot of questions. The only courses I ever thought were beneficial were finance course, economics was interesting, and then statistics. I thought statistics was amazing. Outside of that, other than a speech class, I just despised them. I didn't see the value in it. When I questioned it, I was told I'm not going to be a good worker. I'm not going to be a good employee. So
I'm telling you guys. So either you get rich and you spend that on your family, helping your own financial future, your kids, your family forever, or we're just going to let the 15-year-old kid, let him go dance all over the money pile in the bank. You choose who's going to get rich, you or that kid. I would say it should be you. But I'm just saying, it's not intelligence. It's just whoever wants to go out here and do the work. And guess what? The 15-year-old dumb kid, he doesn't overthink things. He doesn't say, oh, what market should I go? He just does it, right? He just does it, right? And so I'm telling you, you got to go all in. Number two here. If you decide you're going to make $100,000 this year and actually commit to wholesaling, I did that wrong. Hold on. Let's say you want to put $100,000 into wholesaling. That actually turns into about $250,000. And what I mean by that, I don't think a lot of people understand compound interest. If you actually decide to run up $100,000 in wholesaling, you invest that. In 10 years, it's actually $250,000.
And throw inflation on top of it.
Yeah.
On compounding.
No, I'm just telling you. So you got to remember that if you do it now, it's actually, you're not just making 100, you're making $250,000 in the next 10 years. And so that's why in wholesaling, when I became a millionaire at 20, it wasn't because I made $1 million in assignments. I made like 400 grand, but that 400 grand compounded to $1 million. So I became a millionaire by not even making $1 million. And I don't think people understand that. And that million has just keeps doubling. And the cool part, I always look at things, and I look at things as a psychopath. When I made $1 million, and I was a millionaire at 20, that was 100 grand in passive income for the rest of my life. And so when you make 100 grand in wholesaling, by the time you're 60, 65, 70, if you're 18, 19, that's over $1 million. And so that means if you just made 100 grand right now, by the time you're 65, you'll be making 6 figures passively for the rest of your life. Think about that. You know how many people, I literally, I don't want to get into this. I had a brunch with some people. And one of the people's, people are obsessed with this. I don't ever play the lottery, right? Yeah. But people are obsessed with this thing. It's like the lottery ticket, and it pays you 10 grand
especially in
a month for the rest of your life, or 10 grand a week. People go nuts for that. They go ballistic. 10 grand a month for the rest of my life, and I don't have to do. Oh my gosh. But guess what? If you made 100 grand right now, you could get that 10 grand a month for the rest of your life forever if you just invest it, don't want to deal with it. Because what happens is you make 100 grand every year and you just invest a quarter of that. I'm telling you guys, that's 25 grand a year for the rest of your life after 10 years. It's insane. And so this is the time. Like, don't wait for the lottery ticket. You become your own lottery ticket. Bet on yourself and go all in after it. Number 3, this is a really important one.
It's a fun one.
But you have a lot of haters to prove wrong. And this might be a little personal for a lot of people, but like, there's people right now, old coworkers, old bosses, maybe ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. They don't like you. They want to see you fail. They don't want to see you get rich. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you live the life of your dreams. They don't like seeing that. They don't want to see it. It upsets them to see that. And either you can cry about it or use that as fuel, motivation to prove them wrong. How satisfying would it be to pull up to your old place of work in your nice car, already a millionaire with the rentals you have in wholesaling, and just walk around and people see who you are? I'm not saying it's for an ego thing, but I'm just saying that it feels pretty good. Ain't gonna lie. Got a lot of people to prove wrong.
You want a jaw to drop. I'm like, when you can help people out when nobody else can. I've been to events where people like, they're holding up a giant $500 check, donating it to like their local charity. You're really successful in wholesaling. You talk to your accountant and you go, listen, go up there and give a $5,000 check and drop people's jaw. Or like, get to his level, give a $50,000 check. That's where people go, oh my God, what do you do? And that's where, like, you don't listen. I'm never about bragging. I'm never about like letting your ego get it. But sometimes you can use a humble approach, not only to make an impact and shut up your haters, because listen, when it comes down to it, you can't spin a gossip when you donate money like that, people. And don't get me wrong. Please keep donating, guys. I'm not telling you to stop, but I've always told you, take care of yourself first. When you're on a plane and the oxygen mask drops, you got to put it on yourself first and get oxygen before you take care of the rest of your family. And a lot of you are constantly trying to help everybody out. At some point, you have to make an investment in yourself. And I'm not selling you a program. An investment in yourself is mostly time and just a commitment level. And the best way to do it is by going all in. You can't dabble. Think about the word try. Try, should, think about. It means you're not going to do it. Listen to the words people use, and you can get clarity in the relationships you want with people. If someone wants to make it a must and they're absolutely going to do it, that's the person I want to work with. You want to try, or my feelings got hurt, or like your feelings. Wholesaling doesn't care about your feelings. Unfortunately, it doesn't. We all have these crazy things, feelings and emotions. And we all struggle with like keeping them in check when people tick you off and stuff like that. But at the end of it, you got to go back to wholesaling. And if you let your feelings dominate how you have every conversation, how you run your business, it's not a must. And I'm just here to tell you, I love listening to people's words. That's why I love talking to you guys, because Just by what you tell me, I can quickly evaluate some of your problems and what you're struggling with. I'm thinking I'm going to try. No. Let me know when you're actually going to do, and it's a must. And then I will show you exactly how to get there. But like a basics, we give out this beautiful free course. Been going on a long time, freewholesaling.com. And you're like, I looked at like the third section. I go, have you gone all the way through it? Wholesaling's not a must to you. You're dabbling. You're trying. You're thinking about it. Like, what's your excuse? I gave you a course for free and you're still not all in. Just admit it. Go, listen, I'm dabbling here. Okay, you got a hobby. When you want to make it a business, you will go all in and you'll make it your must. Anything else, you're negotiating with yourself. And you know how that works. Once you negotiate with yourself, you're going to lose.
That's it. You got to prove your haters wrong. And it's always, it's a good feeling. That's all I can tell you. I'm not getting specifics, but I can tell you some very good feelings I've had. A lot of people that, so it's just get rich. It always feels good. Success is always the best revenge. I'll let everybody know this. To become so successful that the other person that did you wrong is so upset. And this is like old 17, 18-year-old thing for me. It feels good. And so get rich, become a millionaire, and do it for yourself. Do it for everyone. Number 4 here, very important. Can't tell you this enough. Retire your mom. Guys, if you're watching this right now, and I'm not going to, lean in anyone or light a fire on someone's butt, but if your mom still pays a mortgage, if your mom still works a job, if your mom still pays for a grocery bill, you have a duty to go out here and get rich by wholesaling houses. Because you should make it a goal. Your mom never has to pay a mortgage bill, the electric bill. Your mom never has to pay the groceries for the rest of her life. You're not here. You're here because your mom made sacrifices for you. She paid for your groceries starting out as a little kid. She put a roof over your head. She always found a way to make sure you're good. She always makes sure you're healthy. For every single person outside the select few that hate their mom, and there are people that should hate their mom, but I would say for the vast majority of us, you deserve to give your mom the world. And not just give her hugs or a Christmas present. No, we're talking like retire your mom. Make sure she doesn't have to work anymore. She doesn't worry about bills or anything. She should enjoy the fruits of her labor, which is being in labor and giving you to the world, right? She gave the greatest gift anyone could ever have given anyone, which is life itself. And I truly believe in my heart that everyone should have the goal of retiring their mom. I'm not saying you have to, but make it a goal to retire your mom. Pay for a mortgage. Make sure she doesn't have to worry about retirement.
Dad's on his own.
Dad is on his own. Who cares? But I'm just saying, you need to have that mindset coming into wholesaling real estate. So screw the revenge, screw anything else. This should be the main focus. Get so wildly rich that all you had to do is buy one rental property that pays you $4,000 a month, and that pays for all your mom's expenses forever.
Yeah, and guys, think about this.
And you can write it off.
When we talk about retiring, it's like maybe your parents, they did the traditional route. And like, listen, there was much more limited choices, and they did the best what they had to do to make their family survive. So we don't discredit that. But he talks about retiring your mom. The way we talk, you're never going to have to worry about retiring, because if you're doing something you enjoy and you're not using your physical, like brawn strength to do something, especially you guys doing physical labor jobs, trade jobs, which I'm fine with. But at some point you'll get older and like your mind just gets wiser and better. You actually get better as time goes on. Trust me. I'm just an older version of him. I did it the hard way up front. I cut the path. And if I didn't take that risk, I don't know what it'd be. It might be a lawyer. It might be, I don't know. But the thing is, if someone just steps up and breaks that generational, like, I'm going to retire. What's the point of working 30, 35 years and then retiring? The average person, when they retire, I think they live 7 to 9 years. Why? Because you lost your way in life. The way you do this, retire your mom, retire your dad, take care of grandma, whatever. But when it comes to, you don't have to retire. You could do this till the day. You could do this as a 105-year-old. You have people do stuff, but you make decisions. And that activity is what really keeps your mind stimulated. You don't need all the other crap people turn to. Keep your mind stimulated. Wholesaling is awesome. And remember, it's a gateway to do other things because we're going to teach you how to buy assets that pay you and your family for the rest of your life. And I've never met anyone who's like even 70, 80, 90s going, I don't like to have fun with money. Everybody does. So the way we teach this is we don't talk about retirement because it's like we're always active, always monitoring our assets or money. And I'm just telling you, retire, mom, but like you will not have to worry about retirement if you do this correctly. But you got to go in and you got to go now. We only talk about wholesaling on here. Everybody else wants to distract you with all this. You got to do this type of I got a new way to do this. And we got a new version of No, it's smoke and mirrors. It's how you sell a course. Anybody who tells you differently, I guarantee you there's a course tied to it. Don't get distracted. Just like a fisherman. If I'm catching fish in this one spot, don't leave to go catch other fish. They're biting right here in wholesaling. I promise you. People right now are making a ton of money and it's only going to get better. Here's the difference. Are you going to start now and get through the first year or two and really have fun with it? Or are you going to wait 5 years to do it? It's completely up to you.
Retire your mom, guys. I'm telling everyone, make that your goal. If that's not your goal, you have the wrong goal in mind right now. Retire yourself first, then retire your mom. And I don't say retire like I'm probably never going to be retired what I do. But what I mean by that is I just don't have to work ever again. I just sail off to the world, stepbrother style on my boat and just do whatever I want. Right. And that's the goal. And so retire your mom. That should always be your focus. And so my mom's already basically retired because the amount of money I make, we're partners. So you make it too. So I just buy her stuff. But
I kind of cut the path.
I'll just buy her stuff. But it's still fun, right? Yeah. Retire your mom, guys. Make that your goal. Make that your goal for
Find
everything.
someone to retire. And I looked up, what was his name? A running back for on Tampa Bay. His last name's Dunn. He would have made, now listen, trust me, he made it in athletes, but he got wealthy. And what did he did? He paid off 145 mortgages for struggling moms because he grew up with a struggling mom and he did so well. And he was so, he was just so rich from it. He wanted to pay it back forward. And then you have like disabled veterans. They have programs where they pay off their mortgages. Guys, it's unlimited what you can do. So if like your challenge, it's not going to be your mom, find someone that you can help. And because life's always about giving back at some point. But some of you are trying to give before you've even figured out like how to secure your family. And I'm here to tell you, when people tell you you got to tithe 10%, if you're struggling, you've got an incredible amount of debt, you have to lock it down first. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Whoever preaches, you've got to lock it down. Still help people out because once you get there, then you can give back tenfold.
Okay. So step 5, number 5 here, why you have to go all in on wholesaling. Time freedom. Guys, imagine this. This is the last year you ever have a job. How does that sound? Does that sound pretty cool? I think that sounds pretty cool to me.
Love it.
Do it for your time. Just get your time back. That's it. You can't go to little Billy's football game or whatever. Just make it a priority where you can do that, right? And when I say retire your mom, why I say you need to get retired first is if you can't spend time with your mom, there's so many rich people that are so rich, but they work 120 hours a week. They can't go take their mom out for lunch. They can't take their family out anywhere because they work so much. And that is another form of being broke. There's time and there's money. Those are your two things you can have in life, right? And if you don't have one of them, you're screwed. And health, I'll say health too. The one thing about health, I want you guys to put perspective. We teach you how to get rich, but it's one of my favorite proverbs ever. I don't know who quoted it. Someone quoted it, but the rich man wants a million things, and the sick man only wants one thing, right? And that's the only honest truth, right? The healthy man wants 10,000 things, but the sick man only wants one thing. And so your health is everything. It is. But also your time is very important too. What you have to understand about your time is, like I've said, if you get super rich and wealthy, but you can't use that time, you're poor. And so we're helping you get your money right. And the money should be able to buy you assets. That means you can spend time. But if you have a job right now, make this the last year you ever have a job. You can do it. You just got to go all in on wholesaling, right?
Yeah, it's guys, it's so simple. But I will tell you, when you dabble, you try, you think about it. I'm not talking about you people working full-time and getting your wholesaling started, but it's still a commitment. Either you go all in, Because if you have an option like B, C, and D, it's not going to, like, most likely it's not going to work. Now, if you're keeping your job because you have obligations and you have people to feed in your family, that's the right move to make and get that done. And your other options, like, when I hit this number, I'm out. Because the reality is, guys, most of you work in a job, you just traded time for money. And so, like, when you get a lot of money, you can buy other people's time. And if you look at it and go, man, I'm giving up my most precious resource, which is my time. Listen, I used to have a boss, like, I mean, he called me Saturday. Like, it was, you guys know, I had like, what was that? Horrible Boss. I think they filmed it after me. I had a boss that just, he reminded me every day he owned me. He owned my time. He owned everything. And like, what did I give it up for? Like, what's your time really worth at the end of the day? I get it. We all took jobs because we had to feed our families. But like, if you were truly in control, and you know, time is the most precious thing you have on life. If you can take control of your time back, it is the greatest thing you can do. I have never preached on here, go be the richest man in the world, because the richest man in the world is the happiest man or woman in the world. Steve Jobs, one of the wealthiest men in the world, he had regrets on his deathbed. I worked too much. Don't want you to do that. And the beauty about wholesaling is you can cater it to your life. You want to give back and help people? God bless you. If you want to spend more time in the youth leagues, God bless you. If you want to help people out and you want to even, like, you can even give houses away. You get discounted houses, have people fix it up, be part of an incredible charity. It's completely up to you. You want to be like super, super rich, run hard 10 years, do that. Wholesaling is a job. Don't get me wrong. It's work. But if you take the cash and invest it in assets that pay you, as opposed to these fancy washes, guys, a Lamborghini, I laugh when people buy a Lamborghini. I can afford a Lamborghini, but it doesn't pay me. It is a fastly depreciating asset. I don't need don't be attracted to me for what I drive. If you think a F-150 or like a Honda Accord's attractive, I'm your man. End of story, guys. It's all about time. And how do you get time? You got to make money. And once you have money, you can buy back time.
Exactly. So go out here and do it. You know, I get always a lot of people that make a lot less money. They get like, money can't buy happiness. And I always say, well, money can buy me a jet ski, and I've never been sat on a jet ski. So let's get rich. Why not? It's for funsies. You know, let's just screw around and.
But also, guys, money can buy a caretaker to help your mom out in her elderly time, so you can make sure she's safe and secure. Money can solve a lot of problems. It won't solve them all, but it gives you options to fix things in your life. And listen, when you have options, things are easier in your life, and nobody can dispute that.
Exactly. So let's break this all down, and let's get number 6 here. Okay, guys, I truly believe, and I say this with 100% conviction in my heart, you were not meant to be put on this earth to just get by and shuffle your feet and just get through the day and just one moment at a time. That's not why you are on earth right now. You are not alive. You do not have air in your lungs, something that every single dead person in the world right now can't have, and they would have given everything to. You do not have this gift of life right now to just walk around and just get through the day. You were put on this earth for a purpose. You were put on this earth to actually do something, and you were put on this earth to actually get things done. There's a lot of people that are alive that aren't truly living right now. And there's also a lot of people right here that, you know, they don't live too long, but they lived a very full, happy, and intense life with purpose, right? And you're only alive for a certain amount. And you have to realize you only have one life. Confucius said this. I love this Confucius quote. I don't know why I'm quoting today. But a man has 2 lives. And the second life begins when he realizes he only has one. And so once you understand that you only have one life, are you going to wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm not going to do this till 65 years old. This is not me. This is not what my family's going to be. It's not who my grandkids are going to look back and say, hey, Grandpa, he just worked a regular job and just went by. No. My grandkids are going to look at me, and your great grandkids are going to look back and say, hey, these crazy people, they decided that they are going to change our financial future forever. They're going to change the Ginn name. They're going to change everything. And they're actually going to go by and create wealth. They are going to help not just our family, but everyone's family trying to get into wholesaling. We are going to change the entire wholesaling game by teaching it for free and the best way possible. Guys, I was not put on this earth just to shuffle by, work a regular bag boy job. You were not put on this earth just to be the enterprise rent-a-car guy. This is not what the purpose was. Your purpose is to get filthy rich, change the world around you, and make it a better place, and to live a full, fulfilling life. That is the point, guys and gals. You are not sitting around here just to go get by and not take care of your family and the people around you that you care about and things that you care about. So why do you have to go all in on wholesaling? Because you are not sitting by anymore. You are not having that regular life. You are not going to be like the 99%. If you want to be like the 99% and fit in, you're going to live like the 99%. Paycheck to paycheck, live for a Saturday, hung over on a Sunday, and then do it all on Monday.
It's the Matrix all over.
That you ain't going to be in the Matrix. You're the only thing you're feeding is the overlords, which are the rich. And I guess I'm part of the problem. I'm trying to get you there with me. That's the honest truth. And so accept that you're going to suffer. Accept you're going to have to work hard. Accept you're going to actually have to go out here and learn a little bit of wholesaling. And accept that you are not going to live the life that your parents have foretold you, society has foretold you. You're not going to be able to do this. I love teachers to death, and I love teachers so much. And I technically am a teacher teaching wholesaling. But if you're going to let a teacher making 40 grand a year let you know what you can and can't do in life, that's not it. And some people are put on earth to teach. I get it. But you, specifically, were not put on earth to be poor, paycheck to paycheck, just waiting to get by in life. You were going to make a change today. And this is your Confucius. Your second life starts today. It doesn't start yesterday. No, this is your second life. You have 2 lives. You're starting the second one right now because you realize it could be all gone. And this brings us to number 7. Why you have to go all in on wholesaling. Because tomorrow is never promised. Guys, if you, unfortunately, knock on wood, pass away tomorrow, what would you leave behind to your kids? What would you leave behind to your family? What would you leave behind for that? Your legacy. What? Great memories, of course. That's always important, but that's just bare minimum. Leave behind something. I know, if unfortunately you ever passed away or anything terribly sudden, knock on wood, and won't happen, at least I have a legacy of what I've given to that back to people, the charities I've given to, and everything about that, right? And I try to live every single day knowing that tomorrow is never promised, and today might be my last. That being said, I'm doing everything in my power to go live a life that I truly, by the time I'm 90 years old or 100 or whatever, on the deathbed, say, hey, I gave everything on the field. I'm good to go. You do not want to be sitting there and be like, oh, I wish I would have, could have. No, you're going to have zero regrets. You're going to go all in on wholesaling. I'm not telling you to go quit your job and your 4 kids and just, get by and you're like, oh, screw them, right? I'm not saying to do that, but just start wholesaling today. So go all in.
So guys, to do it. Keep this, okay? You can look at life 2 ways. Most people look at life on how many days they were alive on this earth, okay? That's most people's judgment card. Yeah, I live to be 95, 100. 100 would be like an amazing. Here's how you got to look at it. And I don't know why we're kind of stuck on stoicism today, but I like it because we learned from people 2,000 years ago, and history reveals lessons that you can learn from. Okay, there's been many lives lived before you, and if you don't take the hints, you're going to repeat the same mistakes. So instead of evaluating your life on how many days you're alive, why don't you start calculating it by the number of days you've lived to the fullest? Okay, I don't care when you start, but there's a lot of people living in their 90s, just never, ever took a risk, played it safe, it's secure. And at the end, here's the news, guys. Fortunately, we're all going to die. It's just, so we're already started out deteriorating right off the bat. So the question is, stop counting how many days you're alive and start counting the days you actually lived. Who cares if you fail or something? Who cares if you get rejected? We're all going to have plenty of time to sleep in the end. Start counting the days you live. Stop doing the days you're alive, and make sure you're okay with every conversation with everybody in your life when you go to bed. Because if the Lord takes you, you got to be good with it. And so many people aren't. So let's start living and making it count. And by doing wholesaling and going on, you can provide amazing things for everybody around you. It'll improve you. Is it going to be uncomfortable and awkward? Yeah. That's where me and Zach come in and just tell you the truth. Because so many people try to sugarcoat it, and they okay with 1 or 2% making it. I want everybody to make it in wholesaling. I'm sorry, man. I think you're special if you've chose this business. I think you're bold. And I think you've accepted like, this is not what God intended for me to do. And if you've chose this path, and there's a lot of things to choose from, it is the most proven path. And me and Zach do it every day. And right now is the absolute best time to get started. I promise you, you won't regret the decision.
So go all in. Guys, if you want to learn wholesaling, we have a free wholesaling course. Spoiler, it's called freewholesaling.com.
What?
Costs no money, teaches you how to wholesale real estate and get rich. There's no payments in there. There's no way to put a credit card in. Just go in there, you learn wholesaling. That's pretty much it. It's on my website, flipthework.com too. Like, you just go there, learn how to wholesale for free. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you go to the course, it's free, you learn wholesaling, you get rich, you repeat. That's it. You have to put the work in though. Okay? That is it. You cannot be going out here and just sitting on your butt all day doing it, right? I wish some of y'all were back in the 1500s, the 1400s. You know why? Because if we were pretty much everyone was serfs and farmers back then. You look back in history, guess what happened to the farmer that was lazy? That, you know what? I don't want to farm today. I don't want to go harvest the grain today.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the corn. I don't want to do that today. Guess what happens? You starve to death because winter comes and you don't have enough food. So everyone worked hard back then. But now if you don't want to work hard, you stay poor and, you get by and you still live in mom's basement, right? Life's gotten a lot better since back then. But I think a lot of you guys have to kind of have that mindset. What the farmers that worked hard, they stayed alive because they worked hard. And they did not what they wanted to do because they didn't want to go out. They did it because they needed to do it. Yeah. And so you have to understand that it's very important that life's changed a lot. But if you go out here and work your butt off, you'll do good. If you ever hear old like proverbs and like old sages back then, they all talk about working hard because if you don't work hard, you're dead. That's pretty much it. Everyone worked hard back then. But why now does everyone think in human nature that we can just sit by all day and do nothing all day? No. Same exact thing. Same exact process. And you get rich. So guys, we have a free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. And I'm excited about it. So we're going to answer some questions, get it going. We're excited about that too. What else? We still got our live event, Flip the Work Plus, October 19th and the 20th.
Yep.
So that is in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So guys, you have 7 days if you're coming to the event, if you want to come to join Flip the Work Plus. So get your JV deals in or just sign up, instantly get it. Get a free event, 2 days. Me and Rick, Stewart, Florida, be pretty gangster. But after a week, we're going to shut it down. So you can still join, but you can't come to the event. So
sorry,
about 7 days for that. And it'd be pretty exciting. So Flipbook Plus, we do that. So we teach everyone how to wholesale for free. But once you're done learning how to wholesale for free, our main goal is for you to get some deals, and you send us some deals to JV with us at sellmypaper.com.
How selfish.
I make a quick 20, 30 grand on a JV deal with y'all. I like it. Ain't upset over it. And, we repeat the process, and we become one of the biggest wholesalers in the country, and I've got to flex on more gurus. That's kind of the point. And then the point is I'm trying to incentivize people to go send me more JV deals. And so if you do a JV deal with me, you actually get access to Flip the Work Plus for free. Or you can just pay the fee to help pay for Flip the Work Plus and the events and stuff. But the honest goal is for you to I'm trying to get everyone to just send me JV deals. Be like, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to send Zach a JV deal. And now you have a goal of sending me deals, which in turn gives me a lot of money in wholesaling. That's the point. I want to do a lot of wholesaling deals. That's kind of the point. So Flipbook Plus, 19th and 20th of October, we are going to be having a live event for 2 days. I'm excited for it. We got a lot of people coming, and I paid a bunch of videographers. They're going to come record it, and we're going to post it on the channel here. So don't worry. You all get access to what it looks like. It's not about the information. It's about being there. And I'm excited.
Yeah. So if you want to network with us in person, I actually, the only thing me and him have done live ever. So it'll be a lot of fun. So I've met a lot of people over the country, but I think this will be really cool. And to put the human live thing in there. And guys, just to let you know, we're going, our event, in my opinion, will just be deeper than most other events because we just talk about wholesaling for 8 hours, 2 days in a row. I don't have fluff. No boat ride. Sorry. I don't have a fancy catered lunch for you. Like, we're going to bring the lunch pail and go to work. And if you want to do that, it's perfect for it. And if you want to work with us long-term, Flip with Rick Plus is really the best way to do it. So I hope to see you guys out there. I've talked to a lot of you. I think it's going to be really cool. And I love like the first event. There's no other one like it.
That's it. So get it going, Flip with Rick Plus. But first and foremost, let's learn how to get some wholesaling deals. So go to freewholesaling.com and let's go out here and let's answer some questions. So first and foremost, is your course actually free? Go to the link and tell me if you have to pay any money. No, it's free.
It's free.
Crazy.
It's free.
Simple cash offer says, I just made $12,500 from the ROS postcard. Congrats. I would like to ask a question. Ask away. Congrats on the deal, though. That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Love seeing it. FYI, I don't think a lot of people know this too. We also have a free mailing course. It's a direct mail course. It's called mailingmastery.com. mailingmastery.com. It's called mailingmastery.com. And it's basically a free direct mail course where we teach you how to do direct mail. The problem is a lot of people, they go into direct mail blind, and we literally, it's inside of freewholesaling.com, but we made it a separate thing. You just click there, boom, the videos are right there. Just go watch them, your heart's content. But mailingmastery.com, I swear to y'all, go there. It is an amazing free course.
Insane.
We could probably sell it for $5,000, and we teach you direct mail for free. But yeah, freewholesaling.com, first and foremost for everything.
Teach you guys how to find deals so we can split them.
Damien says in Houston just closed a deal waiting on a $30,000.
That's awesome.
Wire. Love seeing that. Come on, guys. I tell you, who wants to run up a quick $30,000? That's insane. $30,000 in a month. Easy and simple. Come on, guys. Like that is the goal. That is what we want to do. Houston, Texas. Everyone, it's a saturated market. I can't go do it. Well, Damon didn't cry. He decided to go out here and do it and actually get rich. Guys, you have to do it. Go do the work. Get rich in wholesaling. That is the goal. So I'm telling you guys, $30,000. That's amazing. I love to see that stuff. You get it wired. You get rich. You get the stuff. So I'm excited. And yeah. Let's see here. This is great. I'm going to have you answer this one. So Sasha says, why can't you JV on market properties? Why don't we JV MLS? Are we MLS wholesalers?
Nah, because 98% of them, 99% of them don't work. So here's my advice to you. Listen, I appreciate you asking, but what you want to do, there's no money in it. And by the time we split it, I'm not here to make like $500 or $1,000. So a true wholesaler wants to get the most motivated sellers. The most motivated sellers do not put their properties on market, because when you put it on market with a realtor, think about this. They want top dollar. So we created this Hatfield-McCoy between realtors and wholesalers. I've accepted the conclusion that it's wholesalers creating a lot of the problems, because let me ask you, if you want a 35% discount and a property's 10% above market rate, how are you going to close that gap?
Yeah.
And then you can't even talk to the seller. You got to talk to a third party whose only interest is getting the highest possible human price. So why don't we just end this Hatfield-McCoy feud? Let's just call a truce. Here's what you need to focus on. To answer your question, off-market properties, direct to seller. On-market properties, unless it's a FSBO, is the complete opposite of what me and Zach teach. And that's the problem. And if you guys buy into other people's programs and you're just buying a course that sounds like a great idea, it doesn't work. It's the exception, not the rule. It's going to be brutal. Are you okay making 5,000 phone calls and basically trying to manipulate? And then how are you going to get past the listing price on MLS? How are you going to get past the non-assignment of a contract? How are you going to get past the EMD? Everything is against you. That's why I don't teach it to beginners. Can you do it? Yes. Can a beginner do it? You have a 99% probability of failing. So that's why I don't go down that path, because I'm trying to help you out. And here's the difference between me and everybody else in this whole time. I'm giving you the truth. It's the truth.
Okay. Can I say something too?
Sure.
This is a fun one. I talked with one of the largest realtors in Florida, And this person reached out to me because, and I'm trying to give as much vagueness as possible, but one of the largest, she had a client and she tries to make the most for her client, right? Realtor 101. It's all about the money. Not saying anything bad about her. It's a female. One of the largest, and I'm saying one of, there's multiple MLS preachers, MLS, on market type person. I'm not going to say they're not like, I'm not calling them a guru or anything, but this is just one of the people out there that always talks about MLS. This person who is such, I can't even say the word. They locked up a contract with this realtor, and the realtor knows, they know me. And so they put on their contracts, non-assignable. You cannot assign this no matter what. Nothing right there, right? And they put non-refundable EMD. So basically, the point of it is if you can double close, do whatever you stinking want. But once you write the contract and you're outside the inspection period, you're screwed. And this person decided to lock up the contract, and they found out they couldn't assign. They got very upset, and they started playing games with the seller. Passed the inspection, EMD couldn't do it, and basically the deal fell through. It really hurt the seller, and it made realtors hate wholesalers. And the sad part about this is, I'm not mentioning anyone, but like this realtor's like what? How do I stop these crazy people? I'm like, well, who's the guy or gal that did it? And they mentioned the name. I'm like, whoa, it's just kind of funny. But like, guys, a lot of you MLS wholesalers, even the smarties that claim to be the geniuses and the smartest MLS wholesalers, you're screwing a lot of these realtors up. And I'm not saying this in a disparaging way. I'm not saying this, like, this is a real thing that the realtor asked, like, hey, how do I stop this person from doing this anymore? Like, they faked being a real buyer. And I'm like,
and there's a whole new wave. Like, listen, creative financing, I love.
Well, it's not about this.
No,
I
know. But they do wholesale, but like creative financing.
This wasn't a creative finance person either.
I know that, but
okay.
I'm just saying.
Now
they're getting inundated with creative financing on top of it, and it's like we create this Hatfield McCoy. Mm-hmm. We're just not honest with realtors. Let's just face it. Y'all trying to manipulate and lie. It's like it is a recipe for disaster. It just listen. People go to on market with realtors for a reason. And honestly, if it just went on market, the odds of you getting a deal are going to be so slim to none. You're going to spend so much energy and effort. It just doesn't work. Now, when it's expired and it's set on the market, a whole different conversation, but you still got to get through all the obstacles.
But I'm just saying, a lot of these people that talk about MLS all day, like they have to deal with this all. Like they're screwing a lot of these realtors up, and they're making it harder for wholesaling. And so like, that's another problem with wholesaling on the MLS. It's just like, you have so many ways to get screwed from the realtor. There's just so many issues. And now I'll tell you, there are plenty of wholesalers that I know that are making hundreds of thousands every single month doing MLS. But the amount of hassle you have to deal with is just not worth it. So no, we do not like the MLS deals. I deal with a lot of realtors that hate wholesalers that do it. Don't be doing it. I'm just telling you. And you know what? If you're going to do the MLS, be the MLS guy. But it gets very, very difficult. And if the only way you do it is if you're a realtor, it makes it a little easier. But outside of that, I probably won't do it.
Well, I'm not even going to say it. Sasha, I'm not picking on you. It's actually a valid question.
It's a valid question.
And I just like, honestly, doing this 20 plus years, you're just going to have to trust my judgment. It's very, very, listen, even for a seasoned pro, it's challenging. So when you take a beginner that doesn't even understand the whole dynamics, and you shouldn't begin, you're not going to know everything. It just sets you up for failure. And the last thing I want you to do is start and go, what the heck am I doing? Why am I getting beat up with realtors? Like nobody told me this stuff. There is a right way and a wrong way to do it. So what we want you to do is focus on off-market properties, direct to seller. It's going to be your highest chance. And then as you progress, get some deals in and get experience. If you want to progress going that route, at least you know what you're dealing with and you understand the amount of quantity and energy it's going to take, and the finances, you're going to have to back it up, and then it will work. So
that's it. Dude, Crypto is so upset. Chat, the link isn't working. Bro, go to your computer. Type free wholesaling, and then put .com and press enter, and it's there.
Can somebody verify it works for him so they don't know I'm thinking? No, not you. There's somebody in the chat.
Let's go.
Like, do crypto. I appreciate you participating, but doing chronic post over and over. If you can't get to a website, how are we going to get you through wholesaling? I'm just telling you, like, figure it out. You're a smart guy. I know you're smart. I'm the most technology challenged person you'll meet on this live stream. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. So the worst case scenario, try your incognito tab. Maybe you got a cookie clogging up. Maybe you need to cache clear it. And dude, you're talking about from a guy who knows nothing about computers giving you advice, probably bad. But come on, man, ask like real questions. I promise you it's on your side. It works.
So guys, like, stop crying.
That's part of the problem. You got to stop, like,
you know what? Honestly, this is why we do it. If you can't go to your computer and type freewholesaling.com and figure out how to go in the course, you're not going to figure out how to find a title company. You're not going to figure out
that's
I can't find the cat. Those are the people that can't even go in here. And I spend tens of thousands of dollars a month to have a free course with the hosting, the editors, all these things for free on a silver platter. You can't find a buyer. You can't talk to a seller. You can't do any of these things. Okay.
It's going to be challenging. Listen,
it's crazy.
You have to jump through so many hoops and obstacles in wholesaling, and you have to, like, overcome. I teach you to guys, go get your government list, overcome a resistance with persistence. You're the type of person goes, can I get your code violation? No. And you go, they wouldn't give me the list. What do I do, Rick? Like, dude, get out of the business, because you're never going to make it. You still haven't mentally prepared yourself. You have to fight. And I'm not talking about a physical fight. You have to earn what you get in this life. If you're looking for a handout, you're never going to get it from this guy. You ain't getting it from me. And I'm telling you, man, you have to step up. The people that have the most success in wholesaling, they get that part. So I appreciate it, man. I'm just telling you, when did we start chronically complaining on it? Seems like everyone we have one. You got our attention. We've all wasted times. I could have taken this 2 minutes and actually taught you a detailed skill set.
I'm just trying to tell you guys, go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. It's all in there, guys. You go in there and get rich wholesaling houses. Let's answer some. Let's just do some one-on-ones. Let's do some one-on-ones, guys. We also let anyone do a one-on-one with us. So if you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, our free real estate wholesaling course. Let's go here. Where are we? Right here. And this is our free Facebook group. 116,000 people. Shout out to everyone on. You click that. Click the StreamYard link. Boom. You hop on there. You get to talk to me and Rick. Absolutely for free. So let's talk to the people. Let's help everyone out. And that's what we can do. So first we got Yeshua.
Oh shit! What's up, y'all? Can you hear me,
man?
Yo, fucking dope, dude. Damn, I'm sorry, I'm cursing, man. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm literally sitting in a mobile home that I just purchased, man. It had termites. I'm freaking screwed right now. I'm in the hole. I need some money. I just had my son, bro. We're not even allowed to live in this thing, bro. I'm devastated, bro. Like I'm working a plumbing HVAC job. I'm just tired of doing it, man. And I just appreciate what you guys are doing, because, like, for real, just how you guys say it, man. Like, we weren't meant to live a life like that, man. I'm literally struggling, dude. I can cry right now. It hurts. I'm about to install this damn window so that me and my wife could have some light in our room, man. It's hard out here for a pimp, you know. You guys are some serious fucking Mac daddies, and I appreciate you guys. And I don't even know what to say, man. Look, I haven't even gotten started.
First of all, you're above ground. And what you're going through, you're going through a season. It's going to be temporary. It's going to be small in it. And the question is, where do you go going forward? So, like, you got to deal with what you have in front of you. I get it. We've all been there. Yeah. But we all go through hard times, man. Like, nobody's special. Nobody lives like all you guys Instagram and Facebook posts. Like, you think I believe that crap for a minute? Like, it's ridiculous. Right. Like, just show people highlights. So, what can we help you out, man? What you got any questions for us, or?
think like basically is like, how the fuck do I stop being so damn procrastinating on like, oh, I'm gonna do it this day or I'm gonna do it that day. Like I've already gone to your guys' free wholesaling website, and I appreciate all the damn info, man. For real, you guys got so much information out there. It's just like, how the hell do you stop being scared? How do you stop being a little bitch about like, hey, let me go download PropStream.
Hey.
I got
Stop with
kids
the potty
here.
mouth, man.
I'm
You
sorry, man. I
talk
got
to
something
sellers
do. I
like
got
this?
something. No, I have not talked to one
You talk
seller.
to your mom like that?
No, I'm sorry, man.
Why do you
I'll
talk to me like that?
I'm sorry, man. I won't do that again. But
I know.
Show me respect and I'll show you respect.
I got you, man.
He's frustrated.
Part one of getting rich, man, is if you want to talk to people and have them command respect for you to give you something that would make you money, you have to show them respect. And so that's fine. Well, so let's talk. You're sick of where you're at. You're all this thing. Okay. Well, let's kind of do this. Where do you live?
I live in Florida, Southwest Florida. I mean, I don't know if I should mention where I live, but should I? I mean, I guess that's a pretty good question.
I would like to know.
Okay.
Cape Coral, Naples, where are we talking?
Venice.
Venice?
Yeah.
All right, you can wholesale there all day. So you're in a decent area. No one's gonna go find you out in Venice. Okay. So we just got to start figuring out a plan. And so if you're a procrastinator, this is pretty easy, man. We got to figure out, can you drive for dollars?
Sure. I'm a little broke right now, but I think I can afford to try to figure that out. I mean,
all right, let's try 100 a week. If you can't do that, then do 100 contacts a week of government list cold calling for free. Either or, just choose one.
Okay.
And you do 100 hellos a week on code violations, probates, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, the arrest record list, the bail bondsman, whatever it is. You're going to do it for free. Go to freewholesaling.com, and you're going to talk to 100 hellos every single week.
Every week.
You can do that for a year straight, and you'll be fine. If you're a procrastinator, that's okay. You still got to get your 100 in. And if you don't do it, then there's no point in talking to you. You got to do it. That's it.
Right.
Dude, you're just one deal away from changing your current status. So you got to like stop commiserating in your current status and go, okay, dude, I'm alive. I'm here. God still has me on this earth for a reason. You got kids?
I just got my first son.
Now you got a son.
5 days old.
You said you're married, right?
Yeah, I'm married. Yeah.
Okay, dude. Like, I need you to man up. I need you to step up, man. Like, seriously, just like you have to do the work. That's the only thing you're missing, Yesha. If you don't put in the work, I guarantee you're going to stay in your current position. It's just the truth.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you ever forget to eat dinner?
I don't think I have yet, man. That's my pregnancy.
Yeah, me neither.
My wife has been pregnant. Yeah.
Me neither. I don't forget eating. Okay. And so you have to realize that if you treat wholesaling the way you treat eating, I'm not calling you fat. You're not fat, but I'm just saying, like, you obviously you're not like anorexic, right? So like, it's not like you're unhealthy, but like, you don't forget eating. I don't forget eating. We don't forget eating here. Okay.
I like eating.
We like eating. We don't forget dinner every single night. But guess what? I treat my wholesaling the same way. I don't forget to drive for dollars. I don't forget to cold call. I don't forget to market. I don't forget to follow up with my sellers. It's the same thing as eating, brushing teeth, all the stuff. It is a must. And a lot of y'all will go eat dinner and remember that automatically because your stomach gets hungry, right? Oh, it's rumbling. I better eat. What about your soul? Your soul is rumbling right now to go actually make a change. Your brain's rumbling that I'm sick of where I'm at. Have that be the same hunger in your mind. It's not a stomach hunger, it's a mind hunger, and quench it by working hard. So you're wondering how to get over this? Commit to how many a week and go after it.
It's all within you. You got to have the mental fortitude. So a couple other suggestions that didn't cost you any money. Go grab a simple Tony Robbins book. You can read most of this stuff free online, like the way people put stuff out there. There's free libraries. And just like the one thing I always stuck with Tony Robbins goes, stop negotiating yourself. If you're sick of the way you've lived to this point and you won't tolerate it anymore, only you can change it. It's going to be really uncomfortable. It's going to feel, but it's temporary. And then Once you commit to a program like that for 90 days and you see the progress you make, it's really hard to go back to your old life. The problem is you're right here. You're looking for the temporary fix to get you. There is no temporary fix. You have to do the daily habits. You have to do it. It's just like if you want to eat cake all day, you're going to get fat. If you're not going to exercise, you're going to have issues with your health. The same thing. If you want to feed your family and really get them out of it, you need to take steps. Everybody wants to go to be a millionaire overnight. Dude, do what Zach exactly told you. The 100 hellos, the 100 contacts. That's what it takes. So many guys are buying into like they think there's a sexy cheat way to do it. There ain't no cheat way to do it, man.
100 a week.
Just like the Stoics. Back then, 2,000 years of people ran back to the Greeks and the Romans. They've taught us so much. You've got to do the work. You've got the most powerful people in the world struggle to get out of bed just like you and me do. What's the difference? I'm getting out of bed. How do you? So if you struggle to get out of bed, what do? What's the quick fix?
Just get up.
You set an alarm clock. That's step one. But then the next day, you know what you got to do? You got to start planning your day out. You got to start going to bed earlier, and things get better and better as you do it. But you have to do painful, like you have to force it at first. You have to force yourself, because if you commit to making 100 contacts a day, you don't do it. That means you are not going to hold yourself accountable. And if you don't hold yourself accountable, how do you want me and Zach to do it? That's the secret. I know this is an unpleasant conversation.
No, I appreciate it.
You need.
Right.
Stop negotiating. Your kid needs you, man. Step up. Now's the time, dude. Step up, because let me tell you what. Here's the next lesson you're going to learn. Your kids watch what you do 100% and judge you by what you do, but they'll hear what you say, and most people don't match the two up. You have the opportunity of having a fresh newborn. Align with what you do with what you say. You'll have an incredible experience as a father. If you don't fix that part, you could have issues. I don't want you to have issues, but think of this gift. You have a child. God bless you for having it. Take the best of it. Do you want to be judged by the number of days you live, or the days you're alive versus the number of days you live? It's your choice, man. Okay?
Right.
Are you going to make a change?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out after I asked this question. So you said make 100 cold calls. Are you talking about like going on PropStream?
Nope. You did not listen. 100 contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Hellos. You might have to make 300 calls to get to that.
Gotcha.
You might have to do sticky notes. You might have to knock on doors.
100 contacts. So you need to get in front of 100 people from a list, be it drawing for dollars, cold calling, whatever it is, government list of hellos. And you're going to let them know if you're going to ask them if they're looking to sell their house. 100 of those. No FISBOs. That's the only one that you can't do. If you get 100 of those a week, you'll do good. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, it's simple. You can't screw it up. And guess what? If you decide you don't do it, your kids are going to watch what you do.
Right.
Do they want their dad to know that, hey, he doesn't follow with his commitments, or does he do it?
And keep in mind, I started this journey when he was 3. You got a head start. It's up to you, Yeshua. The timing right now, we're talking about going all in. It's up to you. He didn't give you parameters if you had to call, knock on doors, do sticky notes. That you have to make that decision. But you got to go find motivated sellers. There's deals out there every day. I see them. The difference is some people go get them, and some people think they're going to pull up in their driveway and see a duplex sitting there. It ain't going to happen. You got to manage everything you have right now. But in my opinion, you have the single biggest motivating factor, because don't question me. Getting married is a big decision. Having a child is the biggest decision of your life. Hands down. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So how do you want to be remembered from your child? The man that took care of his family and took action, or the man that procrastinated? Dad told me to do this, but he did this. It's like when parents go, don't you drink, but they got 2 big drinks right there. You send your kid mixed signal.
Right.
Kids watch what you do. Even at their infancy age, they know dad's out there fighting for them. So listen, I waited 3 years. You got a 3-year head start on it. What are you going to do with it? It's up to you, man. You got to hold yourself accountable. Me and Zach can't make you do it. Everybody has the power on the watching this live stream to make this decision. It is ultimately in your lap. No mentor, no coach. Nobody else is going to make you do something. Your wife's not going to make you do it. Your kid, it's going to be up to you. So Dude, you only got so much time on this earth. Count it by the number of days you lived.
Right.
I agree.
Start living today.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Okay,
for your
man.
time.
You got it, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
That's it. I don't know. So what else can I
Jeez,
say
that
here?
was
Right?
deep.
What else can I say though? I take the action, do the work, and you'll get it. Guys, if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate, get rich, go to Wholesale.com. That's our free course. Guys, stop being lazy. Change your life. You have to go all in. Go do it. We'll see you at Wholesale.com. Not much to say, but do the work.
You got it, guys.
Appreciate it, guys.
See you.